Matty, the fixtures between Christmas and New Year, Sheffield Steel Dogs away yesterday. I'd like to think you'll probably say it's a bit of a disappointing performance, but it was a good reaction tonight against the Leeds Knights. Let's just have your thoughts on both the games.
Yeah, I mean, last night it was, I think if you was at the game, we definitely had the better of it. On the stats, we outshot them. We basically beat them in all departments other than the scoreline. And I think a lot of it was we've had a bit of time off the ice. We had the game on the 22nd cancelled, so the lads had basically a full light week, 10 days off the ice. Unfortunately, we couldn't get on the ice before that day. We had some ice before the game in Sheffield, and then played the game, and I think it just showed the lads looked a little bit rusty, and it doesn't help when you aren't being on. But yeah, I think it's one of them. I think we've come up against a good goalie last night. He had a good game, and we didn't capitalise on some of the chances. We had 2 5-on-3s where you would back us to score them. It's just one of them things. Sort of when you don't score, it mounts, and then pressure, and they've got. That Graham was really good for them last night, and he basically won the game, him and Bizinet, and just that quality. But I'm not too disappointed in the performance. I just feel like we was a little bit behind just on the fact that we haven't been on the ice, and I think that's what mainly it was. I mean, look, tonight it's a tough one to take. Tonight really is. I think. First and foremost, I've got to say, the crowd was unbelievable. That's the busiest I've ever seen it, and I've been here a long time. I've never seen it so full ever. That was unreal. It's basically a sellout. I've not seen a sellout here since maybe the Brayhead game when we Stingrays. That was similar, but even that felt busier tonight. So I just want to say thanks to the fans and everyone who's come out to watch us tonight, and that's why it's a little bit hard to take, just because you want to put on a massive performance for them, and it took us just too long really to get something in the game. We had a lot of chances again, and look, you're playing against Gozzy, and Gospel, he's one of the best in the league for a reason, and he made some big saves on Temi and Emil as well. We had some big chances on the PP, but look, it is what it is, and the lads, they never give up tonight. We was in the game the whole time. 2 late goals, which are disappointing to concede. And that's that was basically the game. I do think that their eventual game winner was up for debate really, where the play that won the draw, I believe, should have been had a penalty, but again, it is it is what it is, and it happened. Look, we've made a better game of it than the other times we've played Leeds, and it was a pretty even game if you ask me. I don't think anyone was the better team out there. It was just they capitalised at better times than we did, and that was simply what it was, and we conceded at bad times as well near the end when we got back into it with a good goal from Temi, and it was just a shame we couldn't carry that on when we scored. So
nice to have Kel back in the side, and what a skater he is, by the way. And obviously Finley Ulrich wasn't playing when originally he was planned to be playing. Just have your thoughts on both of those guys.
Yeah, firstly on Kel, I mean, look, we've had Kel in before for a game too with us, and the fans have seen him play. He's a special talent. There's not many British D-men that can skate like Kel. I mean, there was a few things he did tonight where it was, I think everyone in the crowd was a bit like George Rock, just with how fast he can move, and the things he can do is pretty impressive. And look, I want Kel, here as many times as we can. I want him full time if we can. It's just unfortunately it just doesn't fall like that for us. I'm trying to work with Kel and trying to get him here more. I think he wants to be here more. I hope, and hopefully we can get that done, because I think he's a massive player for us, and you know, he stepped in this week and just looked, you know, completely part of it, and you know, one of the best team in all weekend. So yeah, on Finn, I don't want to get into too much details of it because I don't think it's fair on Finley, but I think, you know, look, we agreed something with Manchester, and you know, I don't think that it was, I suppose, followed to the T as what I thought we'd agreed, but it is what it is. There's nothing we can do. He's not our player, he's their player, and if they say they don't want him to come, then that's it. You know, I know he's playing, you know, some more minutes for them now, and it is what it is. It's a shame, I think. Look, for me, Finn, you know, I think he's well suited for us in this level at the minute for him. And there's a lot of British players like that are in the Elite League that, you know, I don't think are getting the minutes that they need or, you know, require to improve themselves where they should be, and that's why I think this league's brilliant for a lot of them players. You know, you see Kieran Brown and even Kell and all the other ones that could easily play in the Elite League or play the minutes that these other lads are getting, but they choose to play. They want to play 30 minutes a night, they want to play in power play and penalty killing. And let's be honest, against big crowds, you know, 2,000 in there, probably tonight there was 2,000 the other night in Leeds, and I mean, that's where you want to be. If you're a young kid, why not be a big part of a team in a setup that wants you and wants to build around you? And I think, look, with Finn, it is what it is, and you know, he couldn't come, but he'll be back, I hope. We'd love him to have him as many times again as we can, and I think Finn wants to be with us, and I guess, you know, Manchester, we just have to work with them and hope for the best with that we can have him as many times as possible.
Yeah, Matt Cowlett as well, a real sort of standout personally tonight for Leeds as well. Just having that sort of, like you say, that extra ice time, and really relishing that. Finally, games coming up. Away to Leeds on New Year's Day, and then back at home to the Steel Dogs on, I believe, Wednesday the 4th. Yeah. Here in Hull.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, you know, the fixtures don't stop and they don't get easier. It's going to be another really tough battle against Leeds, and especially in the Castle. It'll be, you know, they'll bring it, and we'll have to turn up and do a real job and work hard to stay in that game and to, you know, play with them. They're a different team in their rink, and you know, I know that. I've been there and I know how it is, and you know, the crowd get on top here, and it's good. It's a good atmosphere, but it's what you want to be in. You want to be playing in them atmospheres, and I think for the lads it'll be, you know, a good test, a good thing to go through and try and get them points. And yeah, we're back home against Sheffield next week on the Wednesday, and yeah, it'll be, again, it's one of them games we want to win. We need to win. We need to get back in the winning column. We need to start getting points again. You know, we had a good run, and this doesn't detract us from that. We're still coming. We just, look, it's just how it is. This league, there's a lot of parity. Anyone can win on any night, and yeah, we just have to keep working hard.
Lovely. Thanks for your time, and Happy New Year.
You too, mate. Cheers.